G'day guys, welcome back to I Ride Taz. My name's Chris and today we're going to give our VL250 budget bobber build a gangster lean. It wants to fall over all the time because I've lowered it with hardtail struts. So we're going to take off the kickstand, which I've already done so I don't bore you, and we're going to cut probably 50 or 75 mil out of it and weld it back together so it wants to lean over more and it's much more stable. Guys, just before we do, want to thank my sponsors, choppedandbobbed.com.au. Check out their website, browse through their awesome merch, score yourself a deal, use iRideTaz10 on checkout to save yourself a few dollars. Now let's get into cutting and welding this kickstand. So guys, to speed this up and not to bore you because it's only a couple of bolts, I took that 8mm out of the shift linkage to give me more room. 15mm nut, 14mm, that just unscrews from the bottom and you just pull that out. Robert's your father's brother, we have it exposed, and now let's get down to the fun bit of cutting it and welding it. Nice. Just going to use the flap disc to square this off and take some of the paint off to get a better weld. Just connected up the earth. And we're just going to tack it in position. Cool. Yeah, so heat one side and it opens up the other. We're just going to have to bang that down. Awesome. Okay. Disconnect. And just a shot of paint. Finishes it off. Happy with that. We'll let it dry for a few minutes and we will get it back on the bike. Getting the spring on is just a pain at times. There's a couple of different techniques. The trouble with this kickstand is that the bolt goes through the back, and once the spring's on, it runs down the back. So bottom line is that you can't just use the kickstand itself for leverage. Right, so pop them both on. And also this has a double spring system, which may even make it more difficult. Good times. There we go. Clip it there. There's one. Okay, so that might be the strategy there. We'll try and get both on because that's what it was designed for, but cool. So we got one on and that's more than enough. Let's tighten this all down. That's it there, tight. We'll just get the bike off the lift and you'll be able to see it all in action. Oh no, sorry. Just gonna put this bad boy back on. It's just an 8mm. There. Right, pop that in there. And it's an 8mm. Right. Just using an 8mm socket, we just reattach the shift linkage and we'll get the bike down off the lift and do the reveal. Guys, that was a bit of fun. I enjoy welding. I'm not very good at it, but I certainly enjoy it. And the little Viper or Unimig Viper 120 synergenic that I've got is really good for jobs like this. It's certainly not a professional standard because it's flux core, but it's perfect for the little jobs I do, and I really enjoy using it. Where I cut the foot off, it was oval and the arm was more round. So I did hammer the oval more round to get it to meet up better. There was one section where there was about a 1mm gap, and I just made sure I started the weld on the thicker metal of the arm and then circulated it and dragged it down onto the foot to make sure that I didn't blow a hole where that gap was if it was too wide. Also, I made sure that the settings weren't turned up too high, so it didn't just want to blow a hole straight through the metal as soon as it made contact. And it worked a treat, and it ground down perfectly. Lick of paint is the welder I ain't. So it sort of ultimately just covered a little, it covered the welds I did, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks fantastic, and the angle I have produced here is perfect. The bike is much more secure, and it's not going to give, it's not going to collapse on its side if someone gives it the side eye, looks at it wrong. The important thing is that the bike starts. So, helps if you turn the key on. The important thing is the bike starts, turns off when the kickstand's down. So all the safeties associated with the kickstand are still there. The only thing I didn't get done was, no matter how I tried, I could not get that second spring on. There's no doubt a trick to it, I just couldn't get it. But I've got the thicker of the two springs on, and I'm more than happy with how hard it's held up against the frame in the off position, and it doesn't want to wobble. You can't sort of move the bike and have the kickstand want to fall to the off position under the weight of the bike. It's held perfectly, and every other bike I've ever had's only ever had a single spring, so I'm sure it's not breaking the laws of physics or anything dramatic just to have one spring on it. Because that's today's video, just a relatively quick one, relatively simple one that I really enjoyed doing, because again, I just love welding, but I know I'm not very good at it, but that's cool. I build small capacity bikes in my driveway, and that welder does more than enough that I need it to. Guys, videos are Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time now. Hope to see you then. Between now and then, if you could go to choppedandbob.com.au and use iRideTaz on checkout. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, do all the normal, and I will see you next Tuesday, guys. I'm out.